Hello. Today I'm going to talk about chapter 10 of my book, Philosophizer's Bible, and the chapter is called Butter in the Pan. We're almost a third of the way through, and it will be very difficult to give you a real sense of where this is going or the kind of topics that are going to be covered. And to tell you the truth, when I was writing the book, when I got to this chapter, I still didn't even know whether it was going to be a book. I had writings going over 2 years, things that I'd done intermittently when the inspiration took me. But I didn't know. But sometime soon after writing this chapter, I was able to see the way ahead. And the real question for me is, what am I? What have I become? I said in chapter 1 that something snapped, something broke inside of me. And it's to do with the question, the ultimate question, and what happens to your values, or your perception of values, when you see that question. It turns everything upside down. It makes you question why you're doing what you do, what the point is of anything. And I'd say repeatedly, I just want to be motivated. Why do I philosophize? Because I get off on it. Why do I write? Because I get off on it. If you prefer a different expression, because I need to. Well, that's kind of euphemistic, isn't it? I need to write. When I need to write, I write. And philosophizing is something I can't help doing. And whether I'm just staring out of the window watching the clouds go by, or sitting in front of this camera, or sitting on the bus, or wherever it is, that question, the ultimate question, is staring me in the face. That's not an easy thing to deal with, but this is my way of dealing with it. So, butter in the pan. Why go on? Your situation is hopeless. You're surrounded by zombies. The zombie apocalypse is upon you. No one is listening. Nobody wants to hear. No one realizes the danger. And meanwhile, as you stand in front of the cracked mirror in the remote gas station men's room, you realize that you're staring down into an abyss of nothingness. The ultimate existential zombie apocalypse road movie. Just so that we can carry on, you and I maintain our relationship, tenuous though it may be, I'm prepared to grant that you are not a zombie, okay? It's cultural brainwashing that's done this to you. The brainwashing you've received from the time you could put words together to compose a sentence. All you can ever see is the mundane. The world is the world is the world, you say. Except that it isn't, I say. What you call your world is only a part of it. The cosmic stop sign is there, right bang in front of you, but you don't see it. All you can see is more world. This is not about philosophizers versus philosophers or the question, but a third thing, writing. I have to get my ideas across somehow. How do I do that? And why? But didn't I say why wasn't important? Of course the most important question is still what? What do I have to say? What words am I going to put down? I didn't have to be writing this book. I didn't have to write anything, ever. And all I've ever written in the past is of no consequence. Blood, sweat and tears under the bridge. A pile of paper reaching to the ceiling, dust-ridden, mouse-gnawed, spider-ridden. I like spiders, I don't hate them. Spiders are so industrious, and good at waiting too, and tragic in their way. So many spiders starve to death just waiting. They spin their web in some goddamn out-of-the-way place where no flies ever come. Happens to spiders in our house. Poor things. Writing. I write now because I have no choice. Out of sheer necessity. This is too big for me. I can't contain it inside any longer. I have to let it out. The question is the thing that grips me. I see the question everywhere. All I can do is write about it, spin my web and hope to catch a reader or two. And if you don't understand, at least I can express my feelings on the subject, as a lonely spider to a fly. Which do I value more, food or company? Or as one human ape to another? Here's a funny story. Recently I had a run-in with a respected academic researcher. The exchange ended abruptly with me telling him to go and do something anatomically impossible to himself. The funny thing is, afterwards, I wasn't regretful that I'd lost my temper. I was kind of glad that I hadn't felt the need to censor myself. Well, that's one thing I'm not going to do. Of the unspoken word, thou art master. My mother's advice rings as true as it ever did, but it doesn't worry me the way it's supposed to. My conscience is silent. That bothers me. Have I lost my moral compass? Mislaid it may be. I've been out here so long. The strings of social obligation have thinned, become loose, fallen away. I do as I like. Man is the measure of all things, and I am that man. When no one else seems to see what you see, you become more and more reliant on your own judgment. That's the bottom line. So far as the unfortunate incident is concerned, the details aren't important. But if we had been standing face to face, it was an email exchange, I have absolutely no doubt that I would have drawn blood, beaten him senseless, because he deserved it, because he had it coming. And as he lay there in a heap, I would not have stopped punching his silly face. Not from hatred, although hatred is a powerful fuel which I've used on occasion. No, just from a sense of glee. Gleeful, that's me. No matter what, I'm determined to see this as a positive. That's not going to be easy. Right at this moment, I can feel something melting, like butter in the pan. Or better, the clogged up grease that has lately slowed my brain down almost to a standstill. There's so much I still cling to, but I'm beginning to learn to let go. Face the unknown without fear. Courage, mon brave. Then what? What next? I see more than I'd ever seen before, even though what I see would scare anyone shitless. I don't feel existential angst, because it ultimately doesn't matter what I do. I'm just happy being motivated. I said that before. It's all you need to get past the meaning of life problem, which isn't really a problem at all, people only think it is. Yes, it's worrying that motivation is contingent, and you are not in full control of what it's contingent upon. Get past that. Read Alan Watts' The Wisdom of Insecurity. Be glad you have it. Be glad you are motivated. Don't question it. That's my advice. What really scares me is not knowing. The fact that I don't know, cannot know. But no matter. The positive side is all that I see, is that I see something. The question. Nothingness. The cosmic stop sign. It's so little, and I see it so obscurely, but in the country of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So what is this book, or would-be book, really about, anyway? Where is this heading? Where are you going with this? I'm still not sure. As I put down these words, my book, if ever comes to be, still has a long way to go. Isn't that exciting? I'm breaking a convention here in a similar way to movies where actors turn to the fourth wall and address the audience. At this very moment, I don't even know whether this is a book or not. Maybe it's just random jottings that no other human being will ever get to see. I could live with that. I've said before, I was writing this for myself. Okay then, What kind of book am I trying to write? I don't think it can be fiction, because stories are for children, the child in all of us. Then I would be nothing more than an entertainer. Obviously, if you've got this far, you know already that this is not anything remotely resembling a textbook of philosophy. What a laugh that would be. No, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to teach you either. I'm here to beat you senseless. Ha ha. This is the thing. When you were Philosophizer, and possibly the only Philosophizer you know, you get kind of, I could say desperate, but you want other people to see. You want other people to see what you see. And it doesn't matter what words you use, because words just flow over you. You know, you read a book, words just flow over you. You get some sort of sense out of it. How many philosophy books have I read? You know, that way. You know, you don't try to understand absolutely every twist and turn in the argument. You just get the general sense of it. And people watching this video for a variety of reasons, entertainment, curiosity, or whatever, they're half getting the sense of it. But how many of you will actually see that cosmic stop sign? Really see it? So yes, I want to beat you up. I want to shake you and get you to see. See things differently. See things that you've never seen before. Just because I can. That's it for today. Bye.